beneath the sycamore. Some solemn, star-swarmed summer nights, when melancholy majesty licks me and my lonesome heart swells with anxious wonder, I take along the ghostly splendour of King's Road. The day's bustle and thunder fades at nightfall. The haze of activity dies away, and the flickering streetlights hang like acorns in the purpling sky, smudging the specks of distant suns in their golden corona. All is peaceful, all is still, save the soft hiss of breeze. Houses lit gaudy, where couples nestle into one another as they gaze at gushing screens, where children drift to dream on tender clouds, where the elderly creak and seep to sleep. Lights waver, dim, extinguish as the world rests its weary head. The scythe of moon threshes through the night, threshes through thin clouds that would enwreath her milky light, and I walk to Sycamore Lane, that sacred place, that magical place, Sycamore Lane, where the tinkling linn chimes like bells between the trunks of trees high and haughty. A long run of bungalows, squat squares wherein crinkled skin rests upon silk and linens, and teapots lift to slip out their steaming treasure, where wiped minds mist over and the night fades to the drip of memories glad and sad, where the lonely forgotten forgetters await the clatter and peal and chatter of visiting grandchildren who seldom come and yet are always anticipated. To east and west, the shrunken homes of Sycamore Lane thrum with expectation and benevolence and solitude. Here lawns mottle with clover and daisy and euphoric bursts of shepherd's clock, banked by cerise-marvelled foxglove and tickles of peony, springs of creeping Charlie and flourishes of nasturtium. Before the ochre bricks of the weary homes, before the florid explosions of their gardens, a corps of sycamores stands to attention, sturdy, stolid soldiers bedecked in their uniforms of flaking bark and verdant broils of leaf. I take to sit beneath the sycamore, to feel its rough skin prod through the cotton of my shirt, a meagre barrier between skin and skin, between man and nature. I pluck a buttercup, spin it between my fingers, watch it twirl, joyous as waltzing lovers. The light of the cusping moon, the light that swarms from on high, lends the delicate flower an impermeable majesty, a strength unknown and unseen, a gilded beauty that swells my ribs and cascades like a waterfall through my veins. My mind, enraptured by the simple beauty of this buttercup, soars and swoops and wins and wends as ribbon streams through the sky, and my throat trickles with sorrowful joy. The woolly canopy over my head ripples and coils and hisses. Somewhere in the branches of this sycamore, my sycamore, a family of squirrels huddle together in their furs. A nesting hairless bird brushes its head into the warmth of its mother and dreams of nuts and worms, and I drift into memories all my own. I remember as a boy in beige shorts and flip-flops, I would sneak out of the cloistered house as my lorn father slept his dreamless cement sleep. I would sit here, peering at the leaves of this same old sycamore, hoping that a seed case would fall and flutter and spiral down to land soft upon my open hand. I would take that seedling home and plant it in our garden in the hopes that someday it would sprout a sycamore all my own. The saplings never came, and I never did get my own sycamore tree, and yet I still believed that one day it might just happen for me. I had faith then. I remember the adolescent days spent watching the world drift past me as I sat here beneath this viridescent spread. creased women in floral print summer dresses and pastel skirts that swished and trailed, hems sweeping over stockinged calves, pencil skirts in nature tones and tweed and corduroy and wool, plastic clumps in vivid tones clipped to ears and clamped around fingers, silver hair clutched tight in curls or swept under hats of silk and feathers, leathered men swathed in beige suits and hazel waistcoats and yellowing old shirts, gleaming spotted pates concealed beneath Homburgs and fedoras. Time is a gently trickling stream that tinkles beneath us. So lost are we in the music she makes as she dances past rocks and slakes banks of lily and bulrush that we do not notice how far we have travelled along her, until, all of a sudden, we can see the delta as the stream opens up to the widening sea. The perch and carp that glint beneath the arch of our boat fleet into view, silvered chunks that wriggle and diffract, and then are gone, lost to a flow that never tires, never ceases. The midges that laurel us in their hungry cloud pass and switch as new clouds form, and new clouds, and new clouds. And like that, our skin cracks and crinkles and sags and splotches. Our arms tire that we can no longer row, and our legs hasten in their cramp. Our eyes grow rheumy, that the willows and hawthorns that bow in obeisance to the endless stream come as green and yellow smudges against a vague sky. Our ears fill with age's sands, and we can no longer hear the music of the swallows and the sparrows and the starlings as they announce their beauty to a nestled world. And the river swells, channels narrow, eddies burst and twirl and rock our little boat. And then the sea swallows us, and the stream is gone, and we are gone. Those people I used to watch spill in trickles from these bungalows so long ago, all are now gone. Fellow humans. I knew not their names or their lives, revelled not in their tales of bygone years when they were closer to the source of that stream. Now the sea has taken them all, and those stories are lost forever. Some day the sea will take me too, will devour my memories and anecdotes, my sorrows and my successes, and render sand of them all. And yet, these eminent sycamores will live on, will stand tall against the stream, their roots relishing its fare. So I tell them my stories, and hope that they will remember when I am forgotten, swallowed by the stretching sea.